Hi, welcome to another online tutorial. This one is to accompany the 9-panel comic strip that we're doing for the MA illustration course that we've got. I wanted to keep mine fairly simple and, just tell a story about a small boy who wants to go outside, but his mum's too busy to take him outside, so he ends up bringing the outside in and planting a very small sunflower seed that then becomes quite massive. I suppose a little bit Jack in the Beanstalk type story, but there's no giant or cows involved. Apart from that, they're very similar. So as we can see here, this is just laying down some colour. I've got a couple of brushes that I use as favourites of mine. One is a soft chalk brush. Again, these are from Carl T. Webster that you can download completely free of charge. And then I have added my own little bits and bobs to it. I might have set the opacity or a little bit more jitter or texture. Texture is quite an important aspect for a digital brush. And of course, the bits that you put on, the individual bits that you put on for a brush will make your brush different to somebody else's brush, a little bit like your handwriting, I suppose. So getting back to the story here, we're just laying down some shadows, just to try and create a bit of depth in the painting. And what I found difficult with this particular piece was trying to keep the blue blue, and you'll see in a minute that the colour between the two videos will jump from this colour, where it's made up of CMYK, to a sort of hue. Right, so the jump was there. And what happened was I googled how to, obvious thing to do, googled how to paint in monochrome. And I think from memory it's somewhere in the adjustments tab of Photoshop. If you set it to grayscale but don't merge the layers, it will then allow you to paint in monotone or monochrome. I can't remember which one it was. And then you just put your colour code in through CMYK adjustments that you want, and it doesn't. You'll see on the video. It doesn't matter whether you pick pink or red or green. It will still paint in the monotone that you've asked it to. So that's the slight difference in the two colour screens. And then obviously with this one, I was trying to create a sense of the outside being more interesting than the inside. So he's got up on his chair and he's looking out the window, and he wants to go outside, but unfortunately there's not enough time, and Mum is perpetually busy. So I don't think in this panel they actually, well, not this particular panel, but I don't think in the comic they get to go outside. They just end up staying in, but the outside, like I said, is brought inside. Sorry, background noise. So again, yeah, adding some texture. Again, I've got a Carl T. Webster, it's like a Caran d'Ache pencil that I use, and I've put some opacity and some jitter on it to make it, my brush. So yeah, as you can see, he's kind of just looking out the window, not quite tall enough to reach. Things are always way more exciting. That actually started off as a dog, that second person, but it couldn't get the dog to work, so it turned into a person. And then adding the final details in. I think the whole video took me probably about 20 odd minutes. Actually, no, it was a bit longer than that. It was probably 30 minutes to do. I have a few more panels to do. I think we've got another 8. And the little guy in the corner there, as you can see, sometimes the things that you draw don't work out. He was supposed to be a cat, but he wasn't looking very cattish, so I had to take him out. And the leaves that I've just put around the speech bubble didn't make it look like a speech bubble in the end, so I took those out as well and just made them more speech bubbly, as it were. And then, as it read here, the mum's talking first and the child's answering, so that didn't work, so I had to move that one down. Again, as you can see, some of it is trial and error. But anyway, that's panel 1 done. I'll stick this up online so you can have a look, and yeah, if you've got any questions, give me a shout. I'm Claire Davis. Thanks very much for watching.